there. This is your host, Irish, and I welcome you to another episode of Brighture Podcast, where we will be talking about everything and anything under the sun. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy our content, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, follow us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, on a serious note, I'd like to share something with you. Last December 16, 2021, around 6:30 at night, a super typhoon which carried winds of up to 230 kilometers per hour or 143 miles per hour hit the entire island of Cebu. Millions of people were affected, and hundreds and thousands of houses were either totally or partially destroyed. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. A day after the typhoon hit, it felt like we were inside a zombie apocalypse movie. Imagine that. You could see fallen trees and electrical posts everywhere. Huge infrastructures damaged, even if you thought that they were made of like high quality materials. They were wiped out. And also broken glasses. A lot of broken glasses can be seen on the streets, which is very dangerous, not just for people, but for vehicles and trucks and a lot of moving things as well. In the following days, people were lining up at hardware stores to buy construction materials to start rebuilding their houses. You could also see long queues of people lining up at gas stations to fuel up not just their vehicles, but also their generator sets. So the entire province had no electricity. Imagine total darkness, total blackout. And what's worse, access to safe drinking water was very scarce. It was a very challenging time, I tell you. Actually, in many parts of southern Philippines, it still is a very challenging time. And here at Brighture, unfortunately, we are no exception. To tell us more about the struggles in dealing with the aftermath of Typhoon Odette, I'll be talking with two individuals who made a very huge part in making sure that all Brighture members are well and safe. Let's hear their stories. So we have here our general manager and IT consultant. So guys, please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Hi, I'm Mitch. I'm the network consultant or IT consultant. I take care of the network, and during the typhoon, there was no network to maintain, so that's why I'm part of this podcast.
Anyway, guys, how are you? I'm Ray. So as mentioned by Irish, I'm managing the company and taking care of these people, very beautiful and handsome people.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be talking serious stuff for this podcast since this is our special episode. Now, firstly, how are you and your families doing right now? How many days since? 26, 25 days after the typhoon? So how are you? It's all right?
Actually, we are fine. I have no reasons to complain because, even if I think how many days already? Like 2 weeks already passed.
Passed. 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, around that. But we're slowly recovering. But as we all know, a lot of people still are suffering from the effects of Typhoon Odette or Typhoon Ray. Mm-hmm. So for me, we have the electricity, we have the water, we have the internet connection.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I think I'll be very selfish if I complain.
Yeah.
So we're recovering, but I'm happy that most of the people right now are recovering.
And as for me, well, it's like what Suray's telling us, like slowly getting back to normal. So yeah, personally, my family is okay. Mm-hmm. Even after the typhoon, I can say we're still okay because drinking water was, there was a reserve for drinking water. I don't know, we haven't planned it. yeah, we haven't planned about it, but it's just that there's new delivery and we have like 12
Gallons?
yeah 12 gallons.
Wow.
So that's why we're okay even after a day or 2 or 3. So that's why I was still able to come and check in the office.
All right. That's great. That's great to hear. We're all safe.
Yep.
Our families are okay. Hence, we're in the podcast, right? So let's talk more about the typhoon. Now, it's common knowledge that the Philippines is a typhoon-prone country.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an average number of 20 typhoons in a year. So we basically eat typhoon for breakfast, guys.
Sometimes
So,
for dinner.
Sometimes for dinner and lunch
And
and
lunch.
for snacks. So we're not surprised. We're not scared of the typhoon. However, this typhoon Typhoon Odette, or international name Typhoon Rai, is different. So how different was this typhoon from the prior ones in terms of damage? Let's start with Sir Mitch this time.
All right. In terms of damage, I can say it's similar to Typhoon Mike or Ruping. That's in 1990. So I don't want to divulge my age during that
I wasn't
time.
born that time yet.
So,
I'm still very young
but
during
okay,
that
I
time.
have to. I'm 6 to 7 years old. So yeah, I could see the trees fell and electrical posts. So in terms of damage, it's the same. Like, but the thing is, Cebu back then is not still developed as of today. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we were not lining up for gas and water and some essentials, because we drank water from deep wells.
Yeah.
Back then.
Deep wells back then were
yeah.
safe.
We were safe.
Mm.
So that's the difference. Although the impact, the scale, I think it's the same, because I can see trees fell during it. And then right now, same thing happens. Yeah.
So Ray?
So in my case, yeah, as I mentioned, I was able to experience roofing though, but I was still very young during that time, so I couldn't remember the damages. I can only remember that there was a typhoon, a strong typhoon, but this typhoon of that is quite different from other typhoons that I've experienced, because I think this is the first time Cebu experienced a very strong typhoon.
Yeah.
So even I, if
True.
I could share, when I heard about the typhoon, I never thought of canceling classes.
Yeah.
I even told everyone, like, let's have class and then let's maybe go home around 5 p.m. or 6. Anyway, typhoon will landfall around 11. That was 11 during the time. So yeah, I have to be honest. I was not
You're
prepared.
not alone.
Yeah. I was not prepared as well during that time. I was very confident everything will be okay. But when I left the office, I went back home. That's the time I realized that I think this typhoon is very strong.
Yeah.
Because we even around 5 p.m. we already experienced the strong
Strong
winds
winds, yeah.
outside. So that's the time that I was quite afraid. But still. I was still confident that everything will be okay, because Cebu never experienced
True.
a strong typhoon.
Yeah.
So I really thought everything will be okay. So I went back home. I met my mother, and I could still remember that I prepared something for her, a Christmas gift. So yeah, she hugged me and then say thank you, and it seems like there was no typhoon coming. And then
True.
that's the time around 8 p.m. That's the time I realized that we should have prepared something, or we should have prepared for the typhoon.
Yeah. It was totally unexpected. And like what Sir Mitch said, you're not alone. A lot of Cebuanos
Like
were...
in general, I can say,
Yeah.
because you can see even the building here,
Mm-hmm.
they were not prepared for the diesel.
Yeah.
So you see it from a personal to business level. So everyone's not prepared.
Yeah,
as you can see.
usually when a typhoon is coming, I can see many people cutting down branches of trees,
Yeah.
right? But for this typhoon, nobody
No.
moved a muscle.
Yep. True.
It was just an ordinary
Yeah.
typhoon. So, and then it hit us, right? Now, you mentioned a while ago, Sir Mitch, about essentials. So can you share some of your experiences, both of you, because
Yeah.
you were, like I said, the frontliners
True.
in buying the necessities and essentials a day after, and even a few days after the typhoon. So, what were the hardest to obtain? What were the obstacles that you experienced in obtaining those essentials for us, the beloved Brighture family members?
I would say water,
True.
because we drove 40, 60 kilometers from here.
Yeah, that's
Just
4
to get-
hours.
Yeah, just to get drinking water.
Safe drinking water.
Yeah, safe
right?
drinking water, because you can hear people saying, just no, with Francie, you can hear that they tried to drink,
water from
deep
the well.
wells.
Yeah.
but they having some sort of
Diarrhea.
something like that. So it's scary. So that makes people line up. That made people lined up for safe drinking water.
Yeah. Like I saw going home or traveling home, I also saw like long queues of people
True.
lining up for water refilling stations. But then those water refilling stations are no, I was not even sure if they were safe already.
Yeah.
Right? Because I saw them using tubes just to put water on the gallons. They're not, I didn't see them filtering the water. So it was still people thought it was safe because a lot of us were already desperate
Yeah.
for drinking water. So aside from water, what else were hard? I mean, what difficult? What were the
So
challenges?
what do we need to get the water from here, 40 to 60 kilometers? We need fuel.
Fuel.
So
So he had
I
to line
lined up 12 hours just to get the tank,
Yes.
to fill in the tank.
To
Yeah.
travel to get
Yeah.
water.
He had his meal inside the car.
Yeah.
Overnight.
No,
so
no,
it was
that's-
overnight, right?
That's exaggerated. No, I
It's true because I asked you, right? Do I need to bring food? And then you said no. I have food with us because
no,
you
it
were
just so
with
happened. My nephew,
I know.
you met him, right? So we were like in we're partners during that time. So as well. So it's like we're switching places. Like you're here to you stay here to line up, then I go there to
check if
to eat.
okay.
Yeah, and then he comes back and then something like that. So, but still, I have to be there around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So, my idea there is because we already see people lining up for gas and it's a long queue. And then I was thinking, how would we get to the first or top 10? So, what would be the time? So, I was even short of the time because I was like top 20 in
And you started at 1 a.m.
12 to 1
At
a.m.
12 a.m.,
There's
okay.
already cars lining
So
up.
they started earlier than
And
you.
then I was curious. I asked the number one.
The top one.
Top
on
one.
The line.
in the line. Like, what time were you here? And he said, I was already here the day before you're here. Like, he already missed the chance to getting his car filled.
Okay.
So he missed the chance, and it's the second day. Second day for him.
So he just stayed there.
He just stayed. He
Yeah.
just decided to just stay.
Yeah, I also had a personal experience lining up, but far from your 12 hours. I just lined up for like 4 or 5 hours. But that was in the middle of the day. I started lining up like around 2:30, 3 o'clock. It was very hot and there were a lot of people. And luckily, though, I felt so lucky still because people were not irate. You know,
Yep,
in
true.
situations like that, you get a lot of people easily get irritated
Yeah.
and then riot
Yep,
erupts,
true.
right? So I was so afraid of that. And plus, COVID
Yep,
looming
true.
around.
Yeah.
I was
right.
also thinking of the COVID part. So I was so lucky that people were still calm, even though there were a few who were shouting and stuff. But majority of the people just said, never mind that. Just stay calm. We'll get our gas
True.
anyways.
And in fairness, by the way, by the Philippine National Police, there were already policemen deployed in
yeah.
gas stations because
They're
the
trying to
LGUs, the
control.
mayors already spot the what do you call that? The importance of having a police.
Yeah.
Law and order. Just what you can, what you're saying. There should be law and order in that place.
Yes.
I think that's the best character of Cebuanos. I can say that, you know, even if we are under calamities and we don't have water, we need gasoline, we need the drinking water, but we try to be very patient.
Yeah.
True.
True.
so far, based on my observation during that time, that's the best characteristics of Cebuanos. I'm very
Yeah.
proud to be a Cebuano.
Me too. I saw that firsthand. So it's very it makes me feel proud.
But going back to the water,
Yeah.
that's for me the most challenging part of after the typhoon that hit Cebu, because we can still buy water in Mandawi City where we are
True.
yeah, we can still buy, but the problem there is it is very expensive
Yeah,
already.
the price is double,
Overpriced.
Three
tripled.
times.
Yeah,
So
true.
we have to negotiate first.
So how much was the 500 ml bottle? Usually it's like 10,
10 or
15
10,
pesos.
less than 9.
At that
less
time-
than 10 for when you buy it wholesale or
But at that time, how much was it?
35 pesos.
Oh my God.
30.
35 or 30,
So I
around
think
that.
some were
We were able to buy
millionaires
30,
after
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but many people, I mean, majority of us were still calm, right,
Yeah.
and patient, but there were still a few who took advantage of their entrepreneurial skills
Yeah.
and the and the calamity. So
Yeah.
they took advantage of that. So they made profit. Good for them. So let's just think that we were helping them still. Now, speaking of, like you mentioned, LGUs, local government units. So we're talking about the government. How was the government's response a day or even a few days or weeks after the typhoon? Did you feel their presence at all?
Personally, in my case, I did not feel their presence after a day after the typhoon.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I totally understand their
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
They're also victims
Correct.
of the calamity. So of course, human as we are, the first thing that we need to take care of is our family.
True.
We did that. In my case, I did that first. I have to take care of my first family first, and then Brighture, since Brighture, I consider Brighture already as my second family. So like that. So I can't blame them. They are also victims. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the good characteristics of Cebuano is to be patient. So we were I think most of the Cebuanos were very patient during that time, until now actually. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So the government's response, I'd say it's a bit late, right? Because like you said, they're victims as
Yeah,
well.
they're late,
I
but
totally
understandable.
understand.
Yes.
Yes, but they came. Like,
True.
a few days, just in my municipality, I live in the northern part of Cebu. A week after, I already see huge trucks of rice, sacks of rice, and then bottled waters placed in the municipal hall, just ready to be released or to be given to those people in need. So even though their help or their response was not immediate, but they helped. That's
True.
the major thing about that. So lastly, what's your takeaway from the disaster that we experienced? I mean, how could we be more prepared for such disasters? Because we were all complacent at that time,
Yeah.
right? So what could we have done more in the future?
Personally, I would say, but I could speak for everyone because it's evident, like we are not prepared. So the next time, the Pag-asa, like the name itself, Pag-asa, hope. So probably we would assume for the worst. Yeah, we would
True.
assume for the worst because this recent typhoon, we assume for the less, like less impact, something like that, or even we say we will be missed by the typhoon for sure because that's what happened for the previous typhoon.
Yeah.
So we will always be missed because we're in the middle. No, we would always assume when we say we are part of the path, we would always say, okay, this is the worst. We have to prepare for the essential things such as water, fuel, and other things that are needed.
I totally agree. To both of you, we're very complacent,
Yeah.
especially me during that time, and also my mother. Actually, we were very complacent, and even if my relatives told us to transfer, to evacuate to their houses or to their house, we did not. We decided to stay in our house and thought that everything will be okay. But yeah, during the landfall, I really thought that was my last day already. So
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
I was just praying, and then I just told myself, at least if this is our last day, I'm with my mom. That's the most important thing. I'm with my family. So,
Your
but
house was damaged too, right?
yeah, but not that much compared to other.
It's still livable
Yeah.
a day
Yeah,
after the typhoon.
actually, just damage of the roof, only that one. But yeah, still lucky. I'm still lucky.
Yeah.
I consider myself as one of the luckiest Cebuano so far.
Yeah.
To add up how unprepared we are in our family, like in the middle of the typhoon, like we were still getting the plans hanging, like, so I was a bit frustrated about my mom-in-law. I said, no, we should be doing that prior to the
Yeah.
typhoon.
Yeah. Not during.
The forecast was like 2 to 3 days, 4 days, or even
Even a
earlier.
week.
Yeah, a week. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
how unprepared we are.
So the typhoon was really not a very good way to end the year because it was December. It was near Christmas time. We didn't have not just for us Cebuanos, but also people in other parts of the
True.
Visayas and Mindanao parts. We didn't have a very Merry Christmas like the ones that we are used to. But still, here in Brighture, we're very lucky because we received overwhelming donations, actually. Now, on behalf of Brighture English Academy, what would you like to tell to those kind-hearted individuals who have extended their helping hands to us?
Yeah, actually, I learned a lot of lessons during the typhoon, and one of the best lessons I've learned is like every day you have two choices: to wake up and complain of the things that you don't have, or to wake up and just be grateful with the things that you do have. And because of that experience, I think no, I'm very sure that I have to choose the latter. And that's the reason why we are very blessed, because after the typhoon, I tried to contact most of the people. I was able to contact most of the people actually, and then every time I ask, "Oh, how are you?" Their response will always be, we're okay, but our roof is blown by the wind. Our house is totally damaged, but we're okay, sir. We're okay." Something like that. So we did not complain. All of the Brighture Angels, we call them angels, or employees, did not complain. So that's why I think God is bless us with this a lot of donors. So on behalf of the Brighture Filipino employees and whole Brighture company, we are very grateful to your help. And we did not expect,
Yes.
even our CEO, Mr. Rishi Matsui, did not expect of the donations that we received. In fact, it's already too much. We're that donations already helped a lot, especially to those employees that their houses are really damaged and already gone. It's a big help. And another good thing is, because of that donation, we'll be able to extend help to other people outside Brighture. That I think that's the most very important thing, that this donation will not only for us
Yes.
here in Brighture, but also for all Cebuanos. And we're trying to contact outside Cebu. Hopefully we can. But yeah, we already have plans for other donations, how we'll do it. So we already discussed in the management that we'll do some relief operations, and then also because we already experienced a lot of fire incidents now, so we're planning to help also the fire victims in Mandaue, Cebu, and also Lapu-Lapu City. So that's it. So very, very, we are very, very grateful, very, very thankful for your help. God bless you all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So we express our heartfelt gratitude to one and all who extended their helping hands. As we go on another year, we find solace in the fact that we are never alone in this fight,
True.
right? We have you guys. So your donation goes a long way in realizing our aim of rebuilding dreams and rebuilding lives and renewing hope. Thank you.
Despite the severe damage caused by the typhoon, we received an overwhelming financial support from you, and we are very grateful for all your help. Through your donation, we'll be able to accomplish our relief and rebuilding projects and continue working towards Brighture's goals. So we'd like to say,
Thank you.